Whoa, hello. There's something just really soothing about nature. I think we all know that feeling where you are just alone with nature, well, and also with, in this case, the dog, Sam. And it's just, there is so much silence. There's only nature. Also a lot of bugs, but especially nature. And it's beautiful. There's this feeling of peace. There's no other people, at least I hope so. I use these walks, and that's not this one in particular, but I use walks to give myself space. So the idea is that you have three voices in your head. I call them voices because it's easier to separate them. You have a parent voice, you have a child voice, and you have an adult. You would call it an adult voice. You have a parent voice, which is mostly referred to as the critical voice, like the inner critic, right? And then you have the child voice, that is the one that is the happy one, the one that wants to do all the things, that wants to be heard, the one that is joyful, but also the one that is in pain, the one that shows the emotions, the one that is the opposite of the parent voice. And the adult voice is maybe just the voice then that you have when you feel good, or when you feel neutral, rather. So it is a voice that you experience when, well, in my case, I am currently my neutral voice and my adult voice. I have to decide where I'm going. I'm not good at decisions. Let's go this way. Come some. So I am currently experiencing the adult voice, which is the very neutral voice, the voice that is the factual voice, I would call them. Like, my parent voice is very active usually. My parent voice is a voice that is loud, judgmental, very critical, inner critic, right? And it's a voice that is painful, especially to my child voice, who is, well, rather joyful and wants to do things, wants to experience new things. Parent voice doesn't really want to experience new things. Or, that's in my case. So I'm describing this from my own experience. And sometimes it gets so bad that my child voice panics. And so that I get very emotional. That my child voice gets very emotional, the child in me, right? And sometimes it gets so bad that, like, the parent voice can be so loud that I just need to stop it. I just need to, like, remove it from the scene for a little bit. So what I do is I go for a walk. And what I do is I walk out the door and I close the door in front of the parent's voice. So I say to the parent's voice, stay inside for a bit, okay? and then not in a very like in an angry way or in a hostile way. It's more of a just, I love you, but you cannot be in this conversation right now. So then I go outside and I only have my adult voice and I only have my child voice. So consider the child voice yourself, right? Like your being, who you are for that moment. And then the adult voice would be the voice that is your friend. So basically, you would be your own friend. So you will ask you. That's what I do. So when I do that, when I go out for a walk, and I keep my parent voice at home, I ask my child voice, "What is up?" I ask myself, "What is up?" Basically. So I ask myself, "What is up?" I ask myself, just what are you feeling right now? Usually that's during an emotional time. So I ask myself, what do you feel? What is up? How are you? Right? That's what I do. And I do that from the adult voice. So I do that from the voice that is sort of like the mediator between the voices, the child voice and the parent voice usually. So that's nice that I only have the child's voice, because you're not able to hear it because the parent's voice is so loud. So so in that sense, now it fully has the time to talk, right? There's only the time for the child to talk, for the child to express its emotions, for the child to tell about what it really feels, without the judgment of that parent voice, because that parent voice is at home. And then it comes out. Then I just get the space and the time to really freely think, to really freely feel. And so a lot of pain and a lot of hurt comes out. And it's very freeing. It's very soothing in a way. This is how I can be my own friend. This is a loving way of treating myself. And that's also a thing. Like I did this once, and I was in during that state. I was very hard on myself, right? Or let's just say that the parent voice was very hard on me, on the child voice, and I was tired. I was really tired. I didn't want to do anything anymore. But I didn't see it and I didn't hear it because that parent voice was so loud. So what I did was I went outside, locked, but parent voice stayed at home. I asked myself, what is up? And I said, I'm so tired. I'm constantly thinking that I need to do a lot, that I need to do so many things. And I don't want to. I don't want to do all of those things. And so my adult voice, let's call it healthy adult. My healthy adult voice said, okay, well, you don't have to do it right now. It's okay. You don't have to do everything right now. Right now, what you're going to do is you're going to walk with me. We're going to walk together. We're going to be like this for a while. And then when we get home, you're going to make a cup of tea or whatever drink. And you're going to sit on the couch and you're going to, I don't know, maybe watch a show or do something else that you really want to do. Maybe do one of those pick crust puzzles. That I really like those. And just, and get a good night of sleep. Go to bed early. Tomorrow is another day. You don't have to do it all right now. And that was so freeing. It was very nice to just be able to, because, that's something you would normally say to your friend, right? When your friend comes to you with this worry of like, I cannot handle this. It's too much. There's too much going on. I don't feel I feel overwhelmed. If you go to affirm with something like that, you get a similar response, right? But you can also give yourself that response. Most of the time during those emotional waves or during those emotional times, the healthy adult isn't really there. Because the other two are fighting, but like when you are overwhelmed with emotions, that's where usually the healthy adult is not around. And the key is to find it. Every time I got emotional, I would try to intercept my thoughts. I would try to be aware of the feelings. I would try to become aware of the feelings, and I would try to become aware of that they were there, and also what they are telling me. And this is a difficult thing because, it's scary. A lot of people are scared for their emotions, right? So it's a practice. But it's not impossible. And so when you learn that, it can become very freeing because you can invite your healthy adult as a mediator, as a person that is in between the two other voices, which are very emotional, to mediate between angry and, harsh, critical, and sad, anxious, soft, emotional, I would say. And the best moment, I think, for this to practice is not when you are in a very emotional state. I do that sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't work, and that's just simply because the voices are too loud. I cannot get that healthy adult to join me. So sometimes it doesn't work, but that's okay, But it's just a little bit of an exercise that I do for myself sometimes to really stop myself in my tracks and really try to understand what is going on in my head, and take action on it too, right? Anyway, I hope you're having a great day, a great night. Thank you for watching, at least, and see you next time, maybe. Goodbye.